We're going to start today in child's pose. So if you like to have your knees wider to help bring you lower to the ground, that's fine. You can have your legs together, creates a little bit more of a stretch for the back. If that makes your head not reach the ground, then maybe you stack your hands or your fists, or you have something to rest your head on. And then we'll start with the arms folded alongside, palms facing up, really getting the sense that the arms are melting down over the thighs toward the ground. See if you can relax the palms of the hands. Feel the weight of the head releasing into the support. The ribs relaxing onto the thighs. And then we can start to feel the breath rising and falling in whatever parts of the body receive the breath here in this posture. Slowing the breath down. And just as we do when we're breathing belly, ribs, chest, we extend the breath, lengthen it so that it fills the torso. Perhaps we don't experience that in the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And we can just be curious about how the breath shows up inside the shape. And now placing the hands under the shoulders, keeping the chin to the chest as we lift up slowly. Sitting on the heels in rock pose if that's available to you. If not, changing your sitting posture to whatever works. And you don't have to sit directly on your heels. You can place a cushion behind your legs. Sometimes placing it right at the crease of the backs of the knees helps relieve the strain in the knees if you have that issue. Okay. So we'll just start with the hands on the legs. And we'll move the spine, bringing the hands in, elbows back, chest out, eyes up, and then rounding, coming forward with the hands, tucking the chin, and just going back and forth. Chest out, eyes up on the inhale, hands slide toward the hip creases. On the exhale, hands slide toward the knees as you round. Hands pull back toward the hip creases as you inhale. Slide forward as you round and exhale. just like that. So when you round, you're not rounding forward, you're kind of pulling back away from the hands. So it gives your upper back a good stretch. The belly pulls in, the chin tucks, and you're leaning as far back as your hands will permit. So I'll show you from the side. Maybe that'll help. On the exhale, we're leaning back away from the hands. And then on the inhale, coming forward. So on the exhale, the arms are straight because you're leaning as far back from the hands as you can. That looks better. Okay, two more. Beautiful. Okay, come back to neutral. A little bit more of the movement of the spine, just taking it a little bit more dynamically. Inhale, lifting the arms up, looking up. Exhale, bringing the hands to the ground behind you with the fingers pointing forward. And then on your next inhale, either just lift your chest, or for those who can, lift the hips off the feet and lift the chest, send the head back. And then on the exhale, we'll come back forward into child's pose. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift either just the chest or the buttocks also. Exhale, child's pose. Continue like that at your own pace, following the rhythm of your breath. It's a fairly slow movement, so you need to slow your breathing down to make space and time for the movement. And the next time you come into the back bend, we'll stay there. So when the hands are on the ground behind you and the chest is lifted, maybe the hips are lifted, we'll hold there for a few breaths. If you're in the variation with the buttocks lifting off the feet, press down into the front of your feet to really help lift the hips up. If you're in the variation where your buttocks are down on your feet, push down into your feet with your buttocks to lift up. Long breath flowing up the front body, expanding. And then release down, come back into another child's pose. This time with the arms extended overhead, counter stretching, pushing forward through the hands, sending the hips back, breathing long and slow. And then bring the hands in under the shoulders, lift yourself up and come to hands and knees. We're going to come into a half frog. If you have any props handy and you want to use them to increase the stretch, you can. So we'll come down onto our belly and take the left knee out to the side, straight out from the hip. And then if you want to deepen the stretch and you have some block or a cushion, then you can put that under your knee, elevate it. We'll just rest down on the forehead or on the cheek. We'll take cactus arms so that we're basically in 3/4 of a frog, everything except the right leg. Slow, deep breath. And then push into the hands, lift the head, push into the left hand, and slide the right arm under. So you can either leave your left leg as it is, or if you can and you want, you can you can straighten the leg. If you straighten the leg, maybe you want to grab hold of it with that right hand. If you can reach your foot, you can grab hold of it there. And then we're going to take it into a twist, taking the left arm up and sending it back, rolling toward the back, turning the head to the left. And then you can stay here, or if you want, you can bend the right leg, reach the left hand and grab hold of the right foot behind you. Try to peel the shoulder down toward the ground. You can make this as simple or as intricate as you want. Any of those variations will give you a twist. And then feel how the breath maybe starts below the twist and moves up to above the twist. Maybe moves into the place that's twisting and expands it. And then as you exhale, maybe going further into it. Okay, if you have the right leg bent, release it and straighten it. We'll roll right onto our back and lift that left leg up. And point and flex the foot. Okay. And then holding on behind the thigh, bend and straighten the leg, pushing up through the heel. Holding on to the back of the left leg. A few more. And then hold the leg straight, hold the foot flexed. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, slide the hands up toward the foot, lifting the head up toward the knee. Then let the weight of the shoulders drop down toward the ground, feeling the hands become heavy on the leg. And then with an inhale, lengthen the spine, reach up through the head. And then take a second inhale, add to it. And then exhale, draw the navel toward the spine. Keep the foot actively flexed. Inhale long, lengthen the head upward. Take another inhale, another sip of breath. Slow, long exhale out of the nose, drawing the navel to the spine. Continue like that, taking 2 inhales and 1 exhale. And release the head down. Roll back over onto your side. Come onto your belly. And then we'll bend the right knee straight out from the hip, the foot straight down from the knee, perhaps elevating the knee if you have something handy and you want a little bit deeper stretch. Just relaxing the head down. You can turn onto one cheek. Notice if the mind tends to wander when there's not a demanding posture. See if you can keep your attention on your breath. Okay. And then we'll lift the head, put a little pressure in that right hand, and then slide the left arm under. And again, you can keep your right knee in your frog. You can straighten it. If you straighten it, might be nice to bring that left hand onto the right leg somewhere. If you can take hold of the foot, go ahead. And then we'll lift that right arm. Let the gaze follow the hand as the hand comes behind us, moving into a twist. And then if you want, you can also bend left leg, reach the right hand for the left foot, and return the shoulder back down toward the ground. The head is turned to the right. We really want to emphasize the twist and really have that shoulder going back behind you toward the floor. So if taking hold of that foot doesn't allow you to as fully come into the twist, then don't take it. I'm not sure what you're doing, Ming, but I'll just leave you to it. Okay, if you have that left foot, release it. If you have your right leg, release it. And then roll onto your back, lifting the right leg up in the air. Holding on to the back of your right leg with your hands. Point and flex the foot. Okay. Hold the foot flexed and then bend and straighten the leg. Holding onto the back of the thigh. Really push up through the heel as you straighten. And then hold the leg straight, take a breath in. And then as you exhale, slide the hands up toward the foot, lifting the head toward the knee, and then drop the shoulders back toward the ground. Keeping the feet flexed. We'll inhale really long, lengthening the spine, and then inhale some more. Exhale, draw the belly toward the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Inhale more. Exhale all the air out. Continue like that. And lower the head down, lower the leg down. Let's just take a moment in a little mini Shavasana. And then rolling over and coming up onto hands and knees. We'll step the right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. Let the hips release down toward the ground. And then we'll inhale and lift the head. And exhale and release it down. All the way. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, relax the head down. Lengthen the back of the neck. Continue like that. And when you release the head down, see if you can also feel your hips sinking down. Okay. The next time your head lifts up, we're going to bend that left knee, reach the right hand back, take hold of the foot. If you can't reach the foot, then hopefully you have a towel handy. You wrap that around the foot and then you grab the towel. Okay. Now we're going to go back and forth. So we're going to drop the hips and pull the heel toward the buttock, stretching that thigh. And then we're going to send the foot back, look over the right shoulder, opening the chest and shoulder. And then we're going to exhale. You're going to drop the head and pull the heel toward the buttock. We're going to inhale and press the foot away, peeling the shoulder open, looking over the shoulder. And just continue like that. Beautiful. Relax the back foot down. And then we're going to come into a pinwheel. So we're going to sit down on the buttocks and bring the left knee to the right foot. The right foot can the right shin can either be straight across from you, or you might need to bring it in if that's too intense on your hip. Okay, place the right hand on the ground behind you. We're going to push into the hand. We're going to lift the hips up and send the left arm up. Drop the head back. Now, I like to reach my left arm back and to the right. Gives me a little bit more of a stretch up the front of that left side. You can see what feels good to you. And then if you press into the tops of your feet, you can maybe send your hips forward a little more and deepen the stretch. Okay, and then come down onto the buttocks, release your hand. Then we're going to fold over that front leg. As best as you can. So it's kind of like a pigeon. So the more you're over the thigh, the less of a stretch you get. The more you're in the center or toward the ankle even, the deeper the stretch in the hip. So, and if it's too intense, like I said, you can bring the foot closer in, just like in pigeon. The smaller the angle of the bend in the leg, the less intense the stretch. Okay, and then bring yourself up. Send that left foot out. Put the right foot in. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, come to the left, bringing the left arm to the inside of the left leg. right arm overhead, gazing up and to the right. As you inhale, press down into your left thigh and reach out of your right hand. Exhale, just relax. And with an inhale, come up. Release the arms down as you exhale. Come back onto hands and knees. Send the left foot forward into a low lunge. So if you know you need more padding under your knees, you can do that. Just double the mat under your right knee. So we'll let the hips sink down. The left knee lines up over the left ankle. And we'll inhale and look up. And exhale, drop the head down. Really let it release. Find the length in the neck. And without lifting the hips, just lift the head. Inhaling, head up. And then exhale. See if that releasing of the head down maybe fosters a little bit of the hips letting go toward the ground. And then keep them down and just move the head. Inhaling, head up. Exhaling, head down. And the next time you lift the head, stay there. Bend your back leg. Reach your left hand for your foot or for a towel wrapped around the foot or a strap. And then re-sink your hips. Okay. And then on an exhale, we'll pull the heel toward the buttock and let the head release down. On an inhale, we'll send the foot as far back as we can, pulling the shoulder open, looking over the left shoulder. Exhaling down, letting the hips stay forward. So even when we send the foot away, we're not lifting the hips. We're not lifting the hips. We're not coming out of the lunge. We're keeping the hips down and just moving the foot away and pulling the foot in. Isolate the movement into that lower leg and feel how it rolls the shoulder open and then the head relaxes down when you pull the foot in. Last one. And release the back foot. Sit down onto the buttocks and pull that right knee toward the left foot, coming into a pinwheel. And then bring the left hand to the ground behind you. Push into that hand, lift the hips, send the arm up and back. And if you like, you can also reach it over to the left. Pressing down into the tops of the feet, sending the hips a little bit more forward. And then lowering down and folding over that left leg. Again, you can pull the foot in for less stretch or have the shin parallel to the edge of your mat for more stretch. The more you fold over toward your ankle, the more of a stretch it is, the more you fold over toward your knee, not so much. And just relax, take long, slow breaths. Slowly come up. Then the right leg straight out to the side. Pull the left foot in. Reach the arms up. And come down to the right, bringing the right arm to the inside of the leg. Left arm reaches overhead. Roll your gaze up and to the left. A little bit of pressure with the arm against the thigh to help tuck those right ribs under and roll the left ribs open so you're facing front, not down. That looks good. Find the breath for a minute. Next inhale, come up. Exhale down. Okay, so now hopefully the hips are warmed up for this intense hip stretch. So we're going to bring the left foot forward again so that we have that parallel to the edge of the mat. So the left shin parallel to the edge of your mat. If you're not on a mat, then you can just get a sense of having that shin be horizontal. Then we're going to bring the right foot, rest it on the left knee. So you can stay here. You can take hold of your opposite elbows and start to fold forward so you have double fire lock. And let those elbows pull you down. Use your breath. For most of us, it's an intense posture. We really want to keep the mind calm by slowing the breathing. Okay. Release the hands if you're in that variation. Lift yourself up if you folded. Release the legs, shake them out. Guess what? We get to do it again on the other side. Okay, so we'll bend that right leg, shin horizontal across the ground in front, and then the left foot comes on top. And then stay here if this is as much as you want to do. Or take hold of opposite elbows and fold forward, letting the weight of the arms draw you down. Nice, long, slow breath. And lift up if you're folded, release the hands, release the legs, shake them out, maybe rub the knees if that would feel good. And let's come back on to hands and knees. Bring the hands one hand's length in front of the shoulders. Spread the fingers. And then spiral the inner elbows toward the front. So the backs of the elbows facing your thighs. But you want your hands to be straight forward. So you don't want to spin your elbows forward because your hands are angled. Your middle fingers should be pointing straight ahead. And then you spiral your elbows forward so it's happening in the shoulder blades. Great. Curl the toes, take a breath. And then exhale, lift the knees, but keep them bent. Take a long breath in through the nose, exhale out of the mouth, then sink the chest toward the thighs, drop the head down. Press down the left heel, press the hands forward, maybe feeling the spine lengthening back. Rotating those inner elbows forward. And change legs. Press both heels down. Roll the shoulders down the back. Inner elbows forward. Press into the index fingers and thumbs. Press the thighs back. Send the heels down. Drop the head. Okay. Then walk the feet up to the hands. Keep the knees bent. Take hold of opposite elbows. Sway from side to side. Come to stillness. Release the hands. Tuck the chin. Roll up slowly. And then send the arms forward with the thumbs pointing down. Lift them up. Reach them back and down. Big circles. Again, arms forward, up, back, and down. A few more. Okay. And then just let the arms come down and rest. Standing in your mountain pose. Feeling that inhale lifting you tall through the crown of your head. The exhale relaxing, shoulders down. Feeling the legs and feet rooting into the earth. And then lift your toes, spread them wide, lower them back down. Shift your weight into your left leg. And take some time to establish your weight across the entire bottom of the foot. So check, is it more on the toes or the heels? Balance that out. Some more on the inside or the outside. Let that be even. Whole bottom of the foot bearing the weight. And then feel the slow rhythm of your breath. And see if you can stay connected to the breath as you gently open the eyes. Looking at one spot ahead of you, maybe in front of you, maybe down on the ground ahead of you. Staying connected to your breath. We'll gently lift the right knee, clasp the hands below the knee, and pull the knee up. Pull the belly in and down. Roll the shoulders down the back. Circle the foot at the ankle. Other way. Rest the foot. Push down into your standing leg. Lift nice and tall through the head. Nice long breath. Exhale, belly pulls in and down. And then slowly release the foot down. Have the toes spread wide. Close the eyes. Notice the right foot versus the left. Notice the breath. Shift weight into the right foot. Position yourself in space so that the weight of the foot is even across the bottom of the foot. Nice long breaths, staying connected to the breath as you open your eyes, finding your drishti, your gaze point. And then when you're ready, lifting that left knee, resting the hands below the knee, pulling up. Circle the foot at the ankle. Other way. And then Nice and strong in your standing leg. Lift tall. Inhale deep. Exhale, pull in, drawing the belly in and down. And release the legs slowly. Just stand for a moment, feeling the weight on both feet. And then drop the chin to the chest, bend the knees, roll yourself all the way down to your buttocks. And we'll end in a plow pose. So if you're not wanting to come into plow, you can just lift your legs up with your hands under. If you're coming into plow, you're rolling all the way over so that your feet come toward the floor behind you. And you're gonna roll your shoulders under you so that it feels like you're on your shoulders and not your neck. My neck isn't even anywhere near the floor. The skull is on the floor and the shoulders on the floor and the neck is safe. But if you feel concerned about your neck and you don't like to do this pose, that's fine. If your feet are touching the ground behind you, but only if your feet are touching the ground behind you, you can clasp your hands. If not, you're holding on. If your feet are touching the ground behind you, press your thighs up toward the sky, keeping the toes on the ground. Nice and long breath. Even if your hands are not on your hips, bring them to your hips. If your feet are on the floor, lift them off the floor. We'll bring the knees toward the forehead and slowly lay the spine down onto the ground. Bringing the feet to the ground. And then lift the hips. Tuck the tailbone. Release the legs. Coming into Shavasana. Shaking the legs. Just letting them fall open. Placing an eye pillow on your eyes if you have one. Or just closing your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Arms out away from the body. Take a breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth, releasing the weight of the body into the ground. In through the nose, out through the mouth, releasing the jaw, letting the lips gently part. In through the nose, out through the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind. Letting anything in your mind just float away. And then let the feeling of the breath float into the mind. So see if it feels more helpful for you to think about it as the breath coming into the mind or the mind going into the breath. Either way, let the two rest together. So we let go of the breath now and it just becomes an effortless breath. And we stay connected to it. If the mind wanders away, that's okay. We notice it, we come back. Deeply relaxed. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath, stretch long. Head the knees to the chest, rocking gently side to side. Come center, rub the hands together and the soles of the feet together. And then turn onto either side. Resting your head on your bottom arm. Resting your body on the ground. And resting your awareness on whatever's here. Just taking a little inventory. How does the body feel? How does the heart feel? How does the mind feel? How does the energy feel? And then slowly making your way up into any comfortable seated posture. Sit bones sinking down, head lifting tall. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart center. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.